about after that. Jack Wheeler commenting, worst film of all time is either Battlefield Earth or The Last Airbender.
I like Last Airbender.
Okay, somebody told me, I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. It wasn't the worst ever. Somebody told me that they thought the Avatar movie, the blue Avatar movie,
was the worst ever?
is one of the worst movies of all time.
No.
Rotten Tomatoes
not
rates that
great.
movie like top.
Really?
Was it you telling me that?
No, I didn't say that, but it's not great.
Why?
I liked it.
Why is it not great?
It was made for. Hold on. It was made for. A lot of the movie was shaped around the IMAX 3D experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Which actually, when you watch it not in that, takes away from the movie. The
Maybe-
story itself, in my opinion, is not that amazing.
I also thought Shutter Island was like a top 10 movie on IMDb. It's like 120 something.
52, yeah.
So 152. It's like my gauge may be pretty off, but I enjoyed Avatar.
I enjoy it. Like, I could sit down and watch that movie, but it's not like wow, this is incredible. It definitely did not deserve to be the highest grossing film of all time. I'll tell you that. Very glad In-Game put a stop to that because it did not deserve that. Sorry.
No. What was your nomination for worst movie ever?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Okay.
The original Blade Runner.
Haven't seen that.
Terrible.
Gotcha.
Absolute trash.
I would say the worst movie. This is a hot take too. There are people.
I think I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
What am I going to say?
I think you're going to say Polar Express.
Freaking
Really?
Polar
Oh,
Express
man.
is the
It's
worst
trash.
movie.
I like
trash.
Polar
It
Express.
is
Have you
unbelievably
watched it
bad.
recently?
I'm the odd man out in all these.
It's
I
so
think. I like
trash.
Polar
Freaking
Express.
Polar
There's
Express
another
sucks.
movie that was
Tom
made.
Hanks?
It was made for the 3D experience, and then they thought, it'll just be great because people like technology and it'll be 3D and it's cool.
I liked
not
it.
putting
Like
any
Spy
thought.
Kids 4
man.
or Spy
Yeah.
Kids 3.
Put no
Oh,
thought into the
man.
story.
Spy Kids 3, you watch it in theaters, you're like, whoa, it's coming at me. And you watch it at home, and you're like, what are these crap graphics?
But like Polar Express, the story is like it's a book. Like Polar Express, the story wasn't the issue. The story of
No,
Polar
the
Express
story,
is timeless.
okay, yeah.
If that's the issue.
Yeah, I think the story's okay.
Timeless.
But when you think
Kind of-
about
that's
like
kind of
the
a staple,
actual
right?
what they put
don't
together, the animation's not good.
Animation.
Tom Hanks
is
I don't
not
know.
good.
Tom
Around
Hanks
Christmas
plays like
time,
7 of the characters.
It's creepy.
I wouldn't watch it any other time besides the month of
All
December.
aboard.
Dude, I kind of like it. I kind
I
of
mean,
think it's
Tom
cool.
Hanks did put that movie on his
He
back.
did, because they couldn't
But-
find anybody else that wanted to do the movie. And they're like, all right, Tom Hanks, you are now playing 11-year-old boy, and action.
He must have
I'm
just
on
been.
the Polar Express.
He
Thank you,
must
Tom
have
Hanks.
just been grinding in the
He
studio.
was grinding. He
just
was grinding.
sleeping in the studio.
He
sings
is all of the
songs.
characters.
Bipolar
Right.
disorder.
I will not stop for anybody. That is the single worst movie of all time.
It's bad. It's really bad.
What's worse?
I'm trying to think. See, I don't
It's
know what
really
my nomination would be. I think I'm kind of in.
It's
you know
scary.
what? You know, it's probably not the worst movie of all time, but I really didn't enjoy was Soul.
Whoa!
People love Soul. I didn't
Yeah,
like Soul.
I've heard mixed.
People are
mixed
going back and
opinions.
Yeah,
forth. There
it's
is a rift too. The reason we're actually doing this segment right now. This is Lane McCallum. This is a shout out to you, Lane. She put it on her story and said
Lane.
Soul is the worst movie of all time.
Really?
And I was like, whoa!
I've
take.
I've probably seen
I
worse
understand
movies,
it.
but I don't like Soul.
I understand it.
I understand the
You have
take.
to have an affinity for art.
No,
Hmm.
no. The story's bad. The ending sucks. The ending was trash.
Why? It was a great message.
No, it was not. I actually disagree with that. I think
Soul?
the message should have been, a good message would have been, he realizes that being a teacher is actually a worthwhile thing, and that what he was doing was actually, had value, but he just didn't realize it because he had his eyes fixed on other things. But no, they made it like, at the end, it was like, okay, yeah, actually, that teaching was bad, and you do need to be a rock star, It's like, he should have
he
realized.
got to live his dream and realize
No.
what was important. Hold
know
on.
what?
He should have just had his
Text
eyes opened.
Lane McCalmont. We are currently on the radio show right now arguing about whether Soul is
just
a
talk to-
good movie or
Did you
not.
just tell
and
Siri-
my other two partners say that it sucks.
There's no way Siri got all that.
It's impressive it did. I will say, I have my nomination for worst movie I've seen.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Where the Game Stands Tall is atrocious.
I've never seen it.
Based on a true
Is
story.
that the one Madison Pettis and The Rock?
No, that's
got
the
another
game
one.
plan. That's
That's
not
the game
I
plan.
actually
Game
enjoyed that
plan.
more.
Game plan. I kind of enjoy a game plan.
Where the Game Stands Tall is based on a true story about De La Salle football. I had
yeah.
such high expectations, hated it.
It starts in the hospital room.
Really didn't like it. Really
Why
didn't like
don't you like it?
it just felt so cheesy to me. Like,
They won the state title. The championship.
Have you ever seen a non-cheesy sports movie?
Good
dude,
point.
Remember the Titans, I think. Maybe
Yeah,
watching it
Titans.
back's kind of
Oh,
cheesy.
I've got a bad hot take that I'm gonna get canceled for this.
Oh, don't say anything about
Yeah,
Remember
don't
the
say it.
Titans. I like Remember the Titans.
I'm gonna get canceled for that. It's not Remember the Titans. You ever seen the movie Greater?
No.
Okay, Brandon Burlesworth's story. Staple in the state of Arkansas. The dude was a walk-on, played for the U of A, could have gone to Tech on scholarship, decides to go to Fayetteville instead, works his way up to the starting offensive lineman, becomes an All-American, lineman of the year. He gets drafted first round, going to the Colts. He's going to be a starter, dies in a car accident. Crazy story, man. The dude plays like this close to a national championship. Unbelievable. But then there was the movie.
It's not a good movie.
The movie's good. I think good is subjective, obviously. The movie's good, but the budget was low. So like basically kind of one of the plot like a subplot of the movie is where he shows up and he's really fat when he gets to university. And so they're like, no, we got to work him down. He needs to be like chiseled lineman shape, not fat guy shape. But instead of like, like legitimately making it look like the actor is fat, they just put extra T-shirts on him. And
That's tough.
Yeah, and I couldn't get past that part.
So the whole movie was ruined for you because they put extra T-shirts on him in one scene.
Throughout like the whole like he's like the grinding scenes, where he's getting skinny, and it's like, all right, take off 3 T-shirts. Like, oh man, that guy's dropped 6 pounds. Like,
hey, when you're on a budget, not a bad idea.
There are 0 brands in the show, so it's just like, that guy's wearing an all red T-shirt, and that guy is in a unbranded hat. The story's good.
That's tough.
Watch movies. It's very rare to someone wear a branded hat or shirt in any movie.
I don't see why. I'll start paying attention to that.
Yeah.
I don't see why anyone outside of the state of Arkansas would really connect as much with the movie. Probably because like there are a ton of cameos for Arkansas people. So like a bunch of radio hosts that I grew up listening to were in the movie with like cameos.
Oh, that's cool.
Houston Nutt was in there as a janitor. His old football coach was a janitor in the movie. Like cute stuff like that. You wouldn't notice unless you knew the story. My roommate came home one day. I was like, bro, Greater, insane. Good movie.
Is he from Arkansas?
No, he's from Kearns, Texas.
Kearns.
Shout out
That
Tate.
works.
But what do I say
another
to
bad
that?
movie?
What?
Sorry, I don't mean to continue.
I love
this.
it.
No.
Atlantic Rim.
Haven't seen it.
It's a Pacific Rim knockoff.
No.
Yeah, it's real.
That's bad.
I watched it. It's so bad.
Yeah, so what's the worst sports
Sharknado
movie?
4.
It's a worst sports movie.
Yeah, what's a bad sports movie?
Dude, Game Stands Tall still takes the cake.
People
for
hate
me.
Rudy. People hate
I
Rudy.
kind of like Rudy. I haven't seen Rudy in a long time.
He was offsides, though.
He was offside.
He was
Way
offsides.
offside. I'm trying to think of bad sports movies.
Did you know, this is a crazy fact today. This should be on this would have been in our fact game. We're doing take 3 later on. Did you know that Rudy was filmed at an actual Notre Dame game?
No.
So this is like 1993, all right? Armstrong, you're going to like this too. Colt, you'll love it. 1993, it is Boston College, Notre Dame. They alert Boston College, hey, we're going to have a little bit longer of a halftime because they're filming a movie at halftime of this game.
I would be livid.
Boston College gets super pissed off.
Yes.
They're like, you've got to be kidding me. You're not filming a movie at halftime of our game. And they're like, no.
This is the Clemson game?
No, this is Notre Dame, Boston College. They're like, no, we are. And so they're like, oh yeah, we'll show them. We're going to go out. We're going to kick their butts. The score was like 49-0 at halftime. Notre Dame was beating the crap out of Boston College, then filmed Rudy, then proceeded to beat Boston College even worse.
That is the greatest troll I have ever heard of in sports
so
history. I'd be livid if I was that coach. How do you explain that to your AD afterwards? Like, hey, we got beat by 50 and then they filmed a movie at half. Like, dude, during social media, like if social media was around, they would have gotten just destroyed on the Twitter sphere. That'd been hilarious.
Oh, but then if you're Boston College, the movie Rudy was shot over the course of several weeks, but it was during halftime of Notre Dame's 1992 game against Boston College that the famous final scene was filmed. Oh,
So funny. That's so funny. I love
that's tough, man. You hate to see stuff like
Hey,
that.
by the way, if anyone wants to watch Atlantic Rim, the full thing is free on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Why would you do that?
I'm sold.
Why are you?
I know what I'm doing
You
today.
should watch it on the show.
Somebody asked on the Riverman Liquor and Wine text line, we're going to hit a break, and then come back with SicEm Pick'em and take 3. Can someone talk about Carrington's return and if she should start? I like this question. Dejanay